First of all, teach you how to use this crochet hook. This crochet hook has a tongue. This way it can be opened and closed. We need to pay attention when we are crocheting. For example, this crochet hook, when you pass it all through first, this opening is open. Then when you come back, this small tongue will touch the mesh. Then it will close by itself. It will make it easier for us to bring the thread out. Then next, first, I will teach you how to plant coral fleece. Coral fleece has 4 colors. PQR. Then the method is the same. First, we can first outline the pattern, hook it out, then fill it in. First, teach you how to start stitching. Put the crochet hook through. Then pull the thread over here. Then tie a knot first. After tying the knot, the extra part can be hooked to the back. Then we start making. Now 1 to 2 squares away. First, hook this hook from the edge of the mesh fabric. Open the tongue and hook it over. Then put the thread inside the tongue. Close it and bring it back. Then adjust the tightness here. Then this is the first loop. Then don't take out the crochet hook for this loop. Keep it still. Then adjust its tightness. Don't pull it too tight. Then move 1 to 2 squares away from it. Continue to pass the hook through. Then when the thread is brought over from the tongue, bring it to the small circle before. Then adjust the tightness. All the following will be made according to this method. Then everyone will draw according to the shape of this outline. Then, for example, if we want to do it here, is a turn. You can do this by first hooking a little inside. Then continue. Make it this way. The method is the same. Just pass it through this circle. Then I will teach you how to close the needle. After you have finished planting in this area, a section of this line first. Then don't let go of this loop just then now. Give it this line. Pull it from this loop. After pulling it over, it will be locked. Then we pull the extra line to the back. And that's it. Teach you how to grow milk cotton. Then the solid color part. Milk cotton usually grows in clusters of 2. Then find this board. This length is 8 cm. Then find the corresponding line according to the drawing. Then we start making it. First, wrap the line around the board. We cut it into segments. It's done like this. Then there is a length of. The length marked on the drawing. Then two are in a cluster. Then when we plant like this, first find one side of the square. Bring the hook over like this. Then bring this thread into this crochet hook. Pull it out. Then from the original loop, bring this crochet hook over. Then this. Pull it out and hook it up to be one of them. Then plant on 2 sides of the square. It is symmetrical. Plant in this way. Then the same A and B, the part of the milk and cotton mixture. It is the same method. Take the cut line. We choose 1A and 1B. Then use the same method. Put the crochet hook through here. Then bring the line out from here to form a loop. Then bring it out again. Then also plant 2 edges of a grid. This video teaches you how to make mohair, then the card used for mohair. First, find the corresponding line. Then we wrap this line around the length of this board, according to the length marked on the drawing. Choose 4 to 5 for this one. Then we can move all 4 sides of a square. Get moving. Then we can take one of them as an example. Pass the crochet hook through the mesh. Then bring the line from here. Then form this circle. Then bring the line out of this circle. It is the same as the method of milk cotton. It's just that you need to plant all 4 sides. This is the planting method of pure color. Then all 4 sides are planted. Then I will teach you how to mix mohair. Similarly, we follow the lengths marked on the drawing. Then cut the line into segments, then to aisles and to Ms. Similarly, plant it on the 4 sides of a square. First, pass the crochet hook through. Then bring the thread back from here. Then the crochet hook forms a loop again. Then bring the thread out from here. That's it. This video teaches you how to make the mohair part of amber. Then you can see white mohair on the drawing. Then this is used for positioning the shape of the whole amber. We can, on the drawing, find the corresponding area on the mesh. Like this area, it is made of white mohair. Then we only need to make 2 rows here. After making 2 rows, the inside is all aqua green. All the white parts are made into rows, like here and this piece, but the outermost circle is connected to the edge. This side is made into 3 rows. Then we start making it now. Let's find this card first. This length is the length we need, 5 centimeters. Then the method is the same as making milk cotton. We first cut out the line segments. Then here it is 3 in a cluster. Then plant both sides. 3 in a group. The method is the same. Then we do it along this edge upwards, according to the outline. Then we just do 2 rows. Then each square is planted on both sides. Then the other areas are all made into rows along the line. Then the outermost circle of white. It is to make 3 rows along this line. Then we first find one of the edges. Hook it like this. The method is the same. Just plant it 3 times like this. Let's talk about planting in this area. After we plant the milk cotton in this area, then plant the mohair. First, look here. First, plant a row of dark green mohair. because this side is a bit narrower. After planting a row, it will gradually become larger at this corner. After that, we can plant 2 rows of this dark green here. Then fill the rest with this emerald green. Then finally, if you come to this area is filled with dark green. In this light area, then the other areas are filled with emerald green. Let's take a look now. Then crochet through. Anyway, the method is the same. This is a row. Next to the milk cotton seeds. Then on the other side is our emerald green. After planting a row here, we can start planting 2 rows in this part below, about this position. You need to plant according to the shape of this arc. Then after planting this part, the rest of the area are all filled with this emerald green. This area, white and this color, after planting, are other large areas. Finally, we use this H mohair. Then the method is the same. 3 roots in a cluster. Then we planted the 2 sides of a square. Just plant until it is full. This video teaches you how to make a wool ball. Then find one of the ball makers. You can also make it according to the markings on the drawing. This size and color correspond. You can also play with it as you like. Then we first find one of the pair of ball makers. Hold it like this. Put it together like this. Then take out the milk cotton thread. Then wrap one side around it first. Wrap it like this. You can wrap it a little fuller. Just put the one below it out. Then after wrapping this side, you can directly take it to the other side. Also wrap it full. Then after wrapping it full, merge it together. Then clamp the white clip on it. Then we along the gap in the middle. Cut it. Hold this side with your hand to prevent the yarn from running away. Press it like this. The same goes for the other side. After all the cutting is done, we cut another line. Then go around the gap. Then tie a few knots. Tighten it. the length of both sides here. If it feels a little asymmetrical, you can pull it a little bit like this. Make the two sides a little more symmetrical, then tighten it tightly. Finally, take it apart. This ball of fur is done again. After it is done, you can use this to trim it. Its longer part. Make it a little fuller and rounder. Then we fix it on this mesh. First, we find that it has two sides. Then hook the two lines to the back. Then pass the hook through the back. Then hook one side. That's it. Then the other side. Hook it down from the side. After hooking it down, it is tightened and the top is like this. After tightening, after pulling it over, you can tie a knot first. Then if it is still very long, you can check the box next to it. And that's it. Everyone should remember, if you finish knitting coral fleece, if there is a ball nearby, we can first knit the position of the ball. First, we cut the ball into. Cut it like this, long and short line segments. Then we weave, also in the same area. The lines have been drawn for everyone. Let's first select a ball. Pass through both ends of its line as well. Pull it over like this. Then we select the next section. You can choose the color as you like. Then we take the next piece. Don't let it go. Then pull this over again through this layer. This. Then we pass it through again. After passing through, tie a knot here. Choose one of the circles and tie all the knots. We lay the finished carpet flat on the ground. Then it has a non-slip pad. The glue point side of the non-slip pad is facing down. Then this side is facing up. Then lay it on top like this. Next, we will use this tape. Then we will stick it in the first step. We will first lift up half of the carpet and lift it up. Then we will stick it on the anti-slip pad, our tape. Try to make it smoother. Then you can stick it a little further away. Then we tear off the tape. After tearing it off, we just press it on gently. Then do the same on the other side. Then we glued the grid. Grid anti-skid pad. Cut it according to the shape of the carpet. Leave about 2 to 3 squares. About 2 centimeters. Then start trimming. Leave some space. It's easier to separate when you can separate the bottom. Then cut to this place. You can follow the outline a little bit. After cutting, it will look like this. Then we will sew it next. First, thread the needle and thread. After threading, what should we do? Let's fold the mesh cloth inwards. Then fold the anti-skid pad inwards. Like this. It completely covers the mesh until you can no longer see it. Then we first pass the needle and thread through the non-slip mat. Through one side, then the thread end also hides it inside. Then start threading, like this one from the focal point. Thread it from the outside into the non-slip mat. After threading it through, wrap the thread around the needle. Then pull it out. Then the first knot will be formed, like a knot like this, then also next to the glue point. Same way through here. Then this needle will wrap the thread around. Then pull it out. Form the second knot. Same operation. Well, you can do it. Fold the mesh and anti-skid pad inward, then follow the outline of the carpet. For example, we are almost sewing this. It's the intersection, or the first turning point of the outline. Let's use scissors first. Cut it a little bit inward. This way it will have an arc. But don't cut it too short when cutting. Cut a little bit. Fold it inwards. Then do the same here. Fold it inwards here too. This way it will look a little bit curved. Then, when all the thread on the needle is about to run out, we cut it off. Then the remaining part, we hook it back in the knot formed next to it. Put the hook through it. Then bring it over. Hit a few more. That's it.